Hi, welcome to Cemetery of Choice, where we look at abortion deaths from before and after widespread legalization, just to see what we can learn about how to protect women from quacky abortionists, regardless of abortion's legal status. And, excuse me, I was doing some research just to find out if I had any more information on the August 1st, 1922 death of a 27-year-old divorcee in Denver. And um, I usually go, if nothing else, to newspapers.com to see if any newspapers that they've added to their database have any more information, and sometimes they do. And I wasn't finding anything using Carrie's name, but I searched for Alma Dittman? Yeah, Alma Dittman, who was the person charged with performing the fatal abortion. And I found two more abortion deaths, Rose Severin and Mabel Duncan. The information on them was really scanty, so I went to the Library of Congress archives and I found two more deaths, Blanche Ainsley and Mabel Cannon. But really, I've been able to find very little information about any of these women, their deaths, and what Dittman's role really was. So tomorrow, I'm heading down to the library. I am a research junkie, heading down to the library to see if I can find more information on the databases they have available there. All I found is the February 9th, 1912 Santa Fe, New Mexican notices that Dittman, who was identified as a midwife, had been charged by the Colorado Board of Health with murder due to an abortion that killed Blanche Grace Ainsley. The state's attorney announced that they had no case, so it was dropped. Don't know why they announced they had no case. And kind of put this in the back of your head. I'm going to get to some things later. Then in August 30th, 1917, the Elk Mountain Pilot says that Dittman was charged in the abortion death of Mabel Cannon. She pleaded not guilty. Dittman pleaded not guilty and was released on $5,000 bond. I have no idea why that case just fell by the wayside. And then, of course, we had Carrie's death in 1922, and I found that Dittman had pleaded nolo contendere. I'm probably not pronouncing that right, but it's basically no contest, which is you're not admitting guilt, but you're not claiming that you're not guilty either. You're just not contesting it. And they did evidently nothing. So Dittman was free to continue plying her trade. Then the November 15th, 1923 Arizona Republic notes that a coroner's jury declared Dittman responsible for the abortion death of Mabel Duncan, a mother of 5 who died in her home on November 12th. And Mabel had given a deathbed statement implicating Dittman. And then in August of 1927, papers start noting that Dittman, who was identified as a practical nurse and alleged midwife, was charged with second-degree murder in the death of 24-year-old Rose Severin. Rose had died on July 31st at St. Anthony's Hospital, and she named Dittman as her abortionist before she died. And as the trial was approaching, the district attorney's office said that Dittman had perpetrated more than 1,000 abortions over a 10-year period, and that this was her 5th arrest. So let's go back and count. So we have Grace, Mabel, Carrie, Mabel, and yeah. So that's the 5, and where are we? Said that this is the 5th time she'd been charged, so it's 5 deaths, and in all previous cases, he said she had been released on technicalities. I would love to go to Denver and dig through the records and find out what happened. How was this midwife able to continue to practice, accumulating all these deaths? Was she really responsible for these deaths? Was she tangentially involved? Now, during her trial, December 15th, 1927, the day that the defense was going to start presenting its case, Dittman committed suicide in her home by just turning on all the gas jets on her stove. and her body was discovered by a friend who'd come by to pick her up and drive her to the courthouse. She left a note on the table proclaiming her innocence and expressing fear that the jury would convict her. She left $500 of her $20,000 estate to her dogs, and the remainder went to her son and 2 grandsons. So, again, I have really scanty information on this. I'm going to go down to the library tomorrow and find out what else I can find. But I am really, really itching to go to Denver and delve into this and find out exactly what happened, why so many women died, and what was Alma Dittman's role in it, and how was she able to play a role in this many deaths. And here you can see I include my sources. And unfortunately, there's not a whole lot